There is an old saying in Robert's family: never go to bed angry. Robert went 7 years. On a quiet street in northern New Jersey, a man named Robert tends a community garden that was not there 5 years ago. He is 77 years old, white-haired, broad, with expressive hands that have spent equal time cooking, arguing, and eventually building things that grow. His neighbors stop by to pick tomatoes and stay for an hour. Children from the local school come on Fridays to water the beds. And on Tuesday mornings, an old man who looks remarkably like Robert shows up with his own tools and works the row beside him. That man is Anthony, Robert's brother. They did not speak for 7 years. Most of us have held on to something longer than we should have. A position, a grievance, a version of a story where we were justified and the other person was wrong. Robert held on for 7 years, and what it cost him, what it cost both of them, is the part of the story worth staying for. Robert's grandfather came from Calabria in 1921 with nothing but a recipe for Sunday gravy and a belief that hard work in America could build something worth leaving behind. He built a restaurant. Robert's father built it bigger, and when it was Robert's turn, he built it bigger still. Caruso's became something real in their New Jersey town. Not famous, not in any magazine, the kind of place where 3 generations of the same family came for Sunday dinner, where people celebrated the things that mattered. Robert was proud of it in a way he has never been proud of anything else. Anthony worked alongside him every day for 20 years. They argued constantly about the menu, the suppliers, the hours, the money, loud, real arguments, the kind that happen between people who love each other and have never learned to say so. When their father died, he left the restaurant to both of them equally. He also left some things unclear. Robert will not dwell on the legal details, and neither will we, because looking back, the details do not matter. What matters is that Robert chose to make them matter. He hired a lawyer. Anthony hired a lawyer, and 2 brothers who had worked side by side for 20 years handed the thing they both loved to people in suits who had never tasted the gravy. The legal process took 4 years. It cost both of them everything. The restaurant closed. 7 years of silence followed. 7 Christmases without his brother. 7 years of his children asking about their uncle and Robert changing the subject. 7 years of being right. Have you ever held on to something so tightly, a position, a wound, a version of events that justified your silence, that you looked up one day and realized you were holding it completely alone? That is a cold feeling. Robert's mother died when he was 68. He walked into the church and saw Anthony across the aisle. Anthony was old. They were both old. He looked like their father. Robert imagined he did too. He watched his brother at the casket. A man grieving alone because his brother had let pride sit between them for 7 years. Robert walked across the church. He had no speech prepared, no carefully chosen words. He walked up to his brother and said, "I'm sorry. I was wrong. I'm sorry." Anthony looked at him for a long moment, and then he grabbed Robert by the back of the neck the way he used to when they were boys. They did not resolve everything that day. There were hard conversations eventually. Things that needed to be said were said, and then they let it go. A few years later, Anthony heard about an empty lot in their old neighborhood, a hardware store that had closed, the land sitting unused. He thought they should do something with it. They spent the following summer building raised garden beds and arguing about tomatoes. It was the best argument of Robert's life. The garden is real now. Neighbors stop by. Children come after school. Last summer, they ran a cooking class for seniors using what they grew. No restaurant, no name above the door, but something, Robert thinks, that his grandfather would have recognized. Something built with family, something that feeds people. Robert thinks about the 7 years sometimes, not about the money or the legal fees or the restaurant. He thinks about the Sunday dinners that didn't happen, the phone calls that weren't made, the growing old that they did without each other. If there is someone in your life and there is something sitting between you that has gone on too long, Robert's story is asking you to walk across the church, whatever that looks like for you. Because Robert and Anthony are old men now. They have maybe 10 good summers left. They are not wasting a single one.